All right, everybody, just give me unos momentos, please. I need to get this shared out. There has been a huge timeline shift. Karmic lines have been cleared. You have done the work on yourself. You have acknowledged who you are. You have acknowledged your future. What you do with this is on you. There are special beings here, special ways of light, if that makes sense. Right here, your universal consciousness. It's a whole new way of being, a whole new way of living happening right now. Hold on. Just asked to do certain things in certain ways. So just give me a second. Certain things, certain ways. That may resonate with somebody. I feel like you're stronger than you think. That's what I hear. You're stronger than you think. You have more power within you than you think. But it's where you use that power and how you use that power. And I feel like things around you have really fallen away. Things around you have really drifted away. Things around you have, the burdens have been whipped away. Does that make sense? You've cried yourself to sleep enough and learned certain valuable lessons about yourself that things have really drifted away from you, which is starting a new beginning. Whenever I was going live, I couldn't figure out what I wanted to name this video. There's so many. I heard new season, new beginning. I heard timelines are falling, collapsing, a new start, new abrupt start, new sudden start. But what you choose to do with your energy is what's going to bring this new start in for yourself. Does that make sense? What you decide and what you choose to, where you choose to put your love. Does that make sense? Or your energy is a love. So take that as you will. Your energy is a new start, I hear considerable cause of reform. Take that as you will. Take that as you will. Anything sent to me will be sent back. Just letting you guys know. So hold on. I have to get certain things sent in certain ways. Don't look at my panties. Just saying. All right. Anyways. I feel like it's a full banishment happening for you right now. There are things that are opening. See, look, the universe, the world card. It's a new cycle beginning. It's time to start fresh. A lot of you guys may have been feeling vibrations in the middle of your back and between your shoulder blades, if that makes sense. That is your wings activating. If you follow many other people, there are certain wings activating and specifying you in a certain route. Does that make sense? You're being specified in a certain route, so to speak. Hold on. Just asked to use a certain deck of cards. So we're going to pull these two decks out. Streaming, somebody may be streaming live. Somebody may be streaming. You may need to stream more, if that makes sense. The awakening codes. There's awakening codes coming into your power that is going to help you transition into this new world, into this new site that you're being. I hear somebody being played with, but I feel like your sight is showing you the playing field. Does that make sense? Your sight is you're 10 steps ahead of the process. Does that make sense? Somebody may be playing with you, but I feel like you're 10 steps ahead of the process. Give me 2 cards, please. Please and thank you, Jesus. Somebody may come to you at nighttime because this is the great one of the night of time. It's Saturn here. Father Time. This is Saturn here. Somebody's reaping karmic rewards. Somebody's reaping karmic balance here. There's also the sun here. Somebody may be dealing with a Taurus. You may have a Taurus in your south node. You may have a Taurus north node. Somebody's becoming the king and queen that they meant to be. Look, y'all. Okay, so the way I see it, I see angel wings, but yeah, I see a lion there too. So I feel like you're gaining your wings to bring strength from the darkness. Does that make sense? You're gaining a more. Somebody may have vertigo, but I feel like somebody's gaining their wings to fly yourself out of the darkness. Does that make sense? Do y'all see the lion by any chance? You may not, because you don't have an eye for art like I do. But I'm different in art. If that makes sense, I'm not doing a fine line. I'm more abstract. If I'm more Picasso, if that makes sense, more of the Starry Night. So it's like God's gifting you strength to fly out of the darkness, but you got to make that decision to fly out of the darkness. Even the star cards here, you see that? The star, that's actually the star card in this deck. Let me go through and find it. I'm guided to go through and find the star card. There's a lot of healing that has been taking place. I hear sun drifters. Take that as you will. I hear sun gods as well. The sun drifter gods. See? All right. See this? The stars here. You also got the sun here. You also got Saturn at play here. You also got the moon here. So I feel like everything is totally aligning and bringing you balance. You got the Merkaba here, which is Metatron's cube, which is balance. Metatron's cube actually brings you balance in sacred geometry, if that makes sense to you. Metatron's cube has every ancient form of shape inside of it to help you lift higher, if that makes sense. To help you balance the Merkaba, the tree of life, the energy fields, the different dimensions within inside of yourself, so to speak. Take that as you will. Does that make sense? So we got you are good enough, a full moon in Virgo. Your hard work is paying off. The answers you need are coming. So you got the full moon, you got the new moon, and you got the full moon in Gemini. I'm taking the Gemini as the twins card. I'm actually going to put it back in the deck because I'm guided to. Step out of your comfort zone. North node is here. Like I said, somebody may have a very strong earth north node, if that makes sense. Your north node is your soul path. That is your soul mission. That's what you came here to do. That is your destiny. That is your blueprint of who you are. That is your DNA coding. Take that as you will. But I feel like God is stepping in and saying, look, by the new moon, when is the new moon? I know that something's happening on the 17th. I feel like, I think it's, something's going direct on the 17th. It's actually my son and my granddaughter's birthday. His daughter was born on his birthday. So there's, I think it may be Saturn is going direct. I can't remember exactly what's, going direct, but let me look and see when the next full moon is. New moon. I don't know why I'm doing that because I have my phone right here. I made sure I did things different way because, and you know what, my phone, it's just been crazy, y'all. Hold on. Yes, I know I'm bouncy, but that's just how I'll read. If y'all don't like me, then go ahead and click off. I don't care. We're actually kind of like in a half moon. We're a waning crescent right now. So we are coming up on the new moon. The new moon is going to be October 5th, October 6th, in between there. So I feel like things are about to take place for you. It's like you're being gifted a gold. Does that make sense? You're being gifted the highest promise kept to you. You're being gifted that rainbow. Does that make sense? The rainbow is the promise of God. That's the promise that we will never be flooded again. Does that make sense? He will never wash out the earth with water. But he doesn't say she, whatever it is up there that guides us, that gives us the highest form of love. They do not say we will never destroy the earth again. The earth will be destroyed again. And we are coming into those times. We're coming into those times of the future, if that makes sense. The future is here. There's going to be soldiers everywhere. The military is going to start taking over. They're going to make us take these 1001, as I say that. They're going to make us take certain and make us immunity to certain things, but it's also going to turn us into zombies, if that makes sense. We're coming into that dimension of the heartbeat of the earth. Does that make sense? It's like the heart's earth beat is beating harder because she's dying. She's trying to get enough oxygen. She's not getting enough oxygen, so her heart is having to beat harder. Does that make sense? Amanda, you can get a $25 reading if you would like one. There would be $25. Anyways, and I will do it after the collective read. So it's like the Earth's heartbeat is becoming faster, which is going to pulse her up more. If you look at in the news, there's different earthquakes happening, there's floodings happening, there's certain things that are happening around you that are, and I feel like the light is trying to help you open your eyes, but some of y'all can't break through the darkness, and I feel like this is your decision to break through. You've got to do the healing work. You've got to move yourself, if that makes sense. You've got to jump on the paddle and paddle your way out of the darkness. Does that make sense? You got to spread your wings and fly out the darkness. You got to use the lion here, the lion that I see that nobody else sees because you're not as creative as me, and that's okay. But you got to use the power of the universe. You got to use the power of God, creator, whoever it is that you believe in the highest form of light. You've got to use your prayers and your movement to pull you out of the darkness and do the healing that you need to do to create your form. Does that make sense? We're creating a new form, not only for ourselves and humanity, but we're creating a form for the earth as well. We're shifting ourselves into a higher dimension and into a higher. I hear the Peace Corps. Somebody may be going into the Peace Corps, or you may be just starting a Peace Corps, if that makes sense. I'm seeing like a whole bunch of hippie vans and the shagger carpet and stuff like that. So you may be starting a Peace Corps for yourself. I do feel like this is a nonprofit organization. Take that as you will. But there's a lot of healing that's being done here, and I feel like you're pouring your emotions into the water. Does that make sense? You're pouring your emotions into the earth. You're traveling at the speed of light right now with your transformations. Does that make sense? You're going through a lot of things that other people aren't going to understand, and they're going to hate you for it. And that's okay. Wish them well. Because if you add your pot to the fire, then you're going to get that fire as well. So wish them well as you're transforming. You need to remember this, you guys, because you don't want to add more fuel to the fire. The fire is already burning big enough, if that makes sense. And by you wishing bad upon other people, you're just adding more fuel to that fire to create more damage. So take that as you will. Right now, we're needing to heal a layer of ourselves and a layer of, I hear compromise. Somebody is compromising something. Somebody may be stealing from you. The answers you need are coming. What's this next card? Nothing is yet set in stone. Okay. Somebody is not listening. Somebody is not paying attention to their guides. Somebody isn't working hard enough on themselves, if that makes sense. You're so worried about what everybody else is doing. You need to be more focused on yourself, baby. More focused on the great severings here on the bottom of the deck. We're going to read that because I'm asked to. We're going to read that. Mars energy, anger, conflict, softening to love. We're going to read that just because I feel like you need to hear it. And I don't even know what that card means because y'all know I don't be reading the books. I'm a channeler. I channel in messages. That's just how I am. But I feel like y'all as a collective, as a whole, you need to fucking hear the great severing. This is a shadow card. Imagine that. I'm sitting here talking about shadow work because you adding more fuel to the fire. That is shadow work. That is you having a lesson to learn that you can't send more fire to the fucking, you can't add fuel to the fire and expect the fire to go out. I'm just saying, you're creating a bigger dramatic field for yourself. So, the shadow card, one that maybe feel confrontational, don't be afraid. It is here to bring you to the surface of anything that's standing in your way of letting love in. The warring planet of Mars is a constant reminder that it's important to self and forgive and find our way back to love. There are many things in the human experience that make it difficult for our heart and soul to stay open to the never-ending source of love. We're all wounded at our unconscious wounds, inflict wounds on others. It can feel like a never-ending dance. And I'm just saying, you can't make this shit up. Alright, so we can never escape. If we aren't careful, before long, we'll see the world as a scary, dangerous place where fear and anxiety run free. If this card surfaces, it could be for two reasons. Firstly, you should acknowledge the difficult emotion, situation, conflicts, wounds, and fears that are causing you pain and anxiety. And secondly, for you to find your way back to love. When we're hurt, it's normal to close off our heart to the world, to let painful experience confirm the agony of separation in earthly life. Soften and find your way back to love anyways. When fear and anxiety and paranoia paralyze you, it's normal to want to hide away from others in the world. Come out of your cave and soften your heart anyways. We're all innocent children spinning our way around the world and find a way to see the innocent in all people, especially yourself. So I feel like you're finding your way out of the darkness. You may be fighting it. I mean, you may be going through hell to let go of the darkness. Look, your next card is perspective. And then you got breath of the cosmos. I'm just saying. And then the next card is you got the love and earth school. We all came here to learn. We're all here messengers of earth. And we're remembering this. We're all waking up to a higher dimension. We're all waking up to our DNA blueprints. We're all waking up to our human design, what we came here for. If you're a fucking scientist, you're going to be a fucking scientist, but you're going to be an evolution scientist. You're going to break down the particles of science to figure out why we got here, why we're here, why we are the way we are, why our gifts are the way that they are. If you are, let's say, if you're a teacher, you're going to break down every fundamental element that you can to teach other people, to help them understand, to help them hear the words of God that they need to hear to be able to channel love back into their lives. If you're I'm just saying, it doesn't matter. If you're a biologist, science, math, that's what runs the world. Circles, squares, that's what runs the world. Nothing else runs the fucking world. Numbers and shapes, that's what runs it. That's what made us whole. That's what made us being. That's what made us have the ability to be able to speak and sing. Does that make sense? Does that make sense at all? Okay. So, you're pulling yourself out of the darkness right now. But I feel like it's giving you a breath of fresh air. I feel like you can actually feel again. It's like you have been holding on to the darkness for so long, you haven't been able to feel a fucking thing. And now you're stepping outside your comfort zone and you're bringing in a new light within inside of yourself. And some of you guys may not know what to do with this light. You may be distorted. You may be confused about where it is that you're needing to put your next steps. You may be confused about where it is that you're going, what next door is opening for you. But I feel like once you show other beings that they got the love just like you got the love, and that's whenever your messages are going to come in for you. Does that make sense? That's whenever your portal, your next opportunity is going to open for you, if that makes sense. But I feel like by the next new moon, because I feel like I know me personally, I've been going through a lot of transformations. God made me sick. I'm just saying. I'm like the sickest 38-year-old I fucking know. I got a cyst on my brain. I got colitis. I got all kinds of different things wrong with me. I'm completely having to change my diet. I'm completely having to make myself become healthy. You guys know, every time I go to the doctor, every time I go to the fucking emergency room, they find something fucked up with me. That's why I don't be going to the doctors. I'm just saying, that's why I don't be going to the doctors. But I feel like God is showing me in my way and having me really take time away from work, away from going live, away from my children. Because I mean, it took time away from my children as well. But it also helped teach my children. It helped teach me a lesson and helped teach me certain things that I did not understand about myself as I was going through this transformation. And I feel like you guys are doing the same. You may be confused about which way you need to walk next. You may be confused about that next door that is opening for you, but you're still going to walk through that bitch because you're curious. So make sure that you're making the right decisions as you walk through this, because this is the next 19 years, you guys. This is the next big, huge part of your life. This is a cycle that you're going to carry with you for a very long time. So make sure that you're making the right decisions as you unfold yourself and as you walk through this next part of who you are. Does that make sense? As you all that fucking self-work, all that self-love, all that healing that you put into yourself, everything that has caused you to transform, everything that has caused you to work harder on who you are, to put everything back together within inside of your soul, to bring all your energy back, to give all your energy, to give all everybody else's energy away. I'm burning up, y'all. I can't. I've got the heat going. I feel like I'm a preacher preaching. Ooh, Jesus. Okay. So, everything that you've put into it, God sees it. Creator sees it. He sees what you are working with. Terry, they're $25 right now. He sees what you are working with. He sees you building a life for yourself. He sees you doing good, but he also sees everybody else doing bad to you. And he's changing that. He's going to let you flourish. He's going to let you fly. He's going to let you win. But as you walk through this next door, don't forget all them fucking lessons that you learned in the past. Don't forget everything that you have climbed up with inside of your mind. Does that make sense? Does that make sense? I'm seeing like a ladder in your mind. And it's like you're going through these different things in your mind, and you're removing certain pieces that are no longer needed, but you're also fixing certain pieces that you still need, but you don't really need. Does that make sense? You're just making them stronger so that way you can the first, I can't say that word. Give me a different word. Give me a different word. I just keep hearing it's time to make that decision. I remember is coming out again. You're remembering. Starkeeper, you're remembering that you're here, you are a Starkeeper. You're remembering that you're on this plane for a reason. You're understanding the 3D conscious awareness. Does that make sense? You're understanding why you are here, why you are needing to be kept grounded. This card says Cosmic Ancestor Seed of Light by staying grounded. And this one says Soul Plane, the fated life versus the destiny life. So you're remembering empathic starseed, energetic sovereignty, absorbing what is not yours, and the seeds of Mintonka is here. Fall into my arms is here as well. But I'm gonna focus more on Starkeeper, empathic starseed, and I remember you're remembering who you are. And look, I was talking about a new door. He is energizing you. He is moving you to that new door. He is settling you into your home. Does that make sense? Does that make sense? He is settling you into your home. He is settling you into who you need to be in this light, in this life. He is bringing that light back into your surrounding. He is gifting you the code of conduct book. Does that make sense? You have learned the code of conduct book. Now it's time for you to go do your duties at work. It's time for you to go do that mission. You have learned everything that you need to know in that code of conduct book. Everything that, and I hear 3 years. So I feel like within the last 3 years, you have been living out a code of conduct book. It's like Creator or Source is our teacher. That is our teacher. We're at Earth School. We're learning different things. We may have to learn how different experiences. We may not be able to learn by. Sorry, you guys, I'm feeling sick. So if you feel sick, I'm sorry. I'm just saying I've been sick for about a week now. So I am feeling sick. I'm at throw up medicine. So if you're feeling sick, I'm sorry. But you have been going through this code of conduct book. You have been learning the code of conduct in the last 3 years, and you are sharing things about yourself that is going to help you accomplish new things within the earth. Does that make sense? I hear stellium. Take that as you will. Stellium. I don't even know what a fucking stellium is. Just saying, I'm dyslexic as fuck. But it's a new portal opening for you. I saw some mirror. This is general, Stephanie. This is a collective read for everybody. All right, so hold on. I'm just consulting. I'm consulting. Let me figure out what I need to do next. Rates are $25. If anybody wants one, you can email me for those. Told to flip through a page. Hold on. Clear their energy out in the page. We got the Great Severing. So remember what I said with the Great Severing. I'm not going to sit here and read it again, but I feel like you need to remember what is going on and you need to make the decision to fix it. Does that make sense? You can't keep adding fuel to a fire that's burning and expect it to go out. Take that as you will, and I'm going to leave it there. I will see you guys here in a little while. Remember, readings are $25, and I will see you guys in a little while. I just need to go gain some energy back because my stomach's hurt, and I feel like I'm going to puke. So it wouldn't be really cool if I puked on the live. So peace out, you guys.